Hello, it is Jay Foss. I am back with another Hero of the Month overview for August 2022. This is Tahir. Tahir is of the Ranger class. We don't know the 2022 family bonus yet. His passives are receive 50 HP when he gets a status ailment or negative stack. This is, I think, a little bit underrated. It's helpful. I don't think it's as good as, well, it's not as good as what Alexandrine had, where she recovered 10% health. But it helps his survival a little bit. And he resists bleed, so semi-useful, maybe below average to average passives. But every little bit helps. Of these stats, and if you haven't seen my videos before, if a hero has if a hero has a costume, I count it as the regular version with the costume but not wearing it, and the costume. So that's how I get to 66 total red 5 stars. Of those 66, Tahir's attack of 791 ranks 19th. His defense of 737 ranks 36th, and his HP of 1411 ranks 38th. He is weighted in the attack, which you would want for an attacking hero, so don't have any issues there, and I like the preference to attack. He is fast speed. He is a sniper. Let's talk about his damage a bit. So 350 is low. It is about the same as Russell, the average speed hero of the month, before Russell's damage over time is factored in. But if deals 525, the target has a status ailment or negative stack. So there's some setup potential here with Jean-Francois, with Emilio, with Gravemaker, or his costume. Pretty much any red that's fast or very fast that does a status ailment, it's good synergy. You could use average or slow speed, but then you have some issues with not potentially charging at the same time. But definitely Emilio, Gravemaker, Jean-Francois is strong synergy there. 525 is very good for a snipe. 525% is good for a snipe based on his attack stat. We're looking at just marginally less than Cathal. Cathal is the blue Slayer hero. Maybe 10% less than Galeyard. Galeyard is the blue hero from Gargoyles, the blue sniper from Gargoyles. Fluffy, where's Fluffy at? Looking at maybe 15-18% less than Fluffy, but Fluffy is average speed. But compared to the reds, if you get that 525, it's going to exceed the upfront damage of all the other red snipers by a good bit. Comparing him to reds, if he gets that 525, you're looking at, gosh, almost 50% higher than base Mariana. You're looking at maybe 10% higher than Geffion, much higher than, almost double Russell if he gets that, well, about a little less than double Russell if he gets 525. So my point here is that the 525 is very good if you can set it up. If the target's still alive, nearby enemies get a fixed 336 bleed damage over 3 turns. I like this. If you snipe the target and by chance you don't kill him, then can put some damage on the other heroes on next to him. And the Elemental Link gives immunity to new fiends. Obviously, this is situationally pretty good to protect your team from fiends. There aren't a ton of really popular fiend heroes right now. There are some, but so still relevant, still helpful. This could be one of those things that shifts to if we get into another era. If we get into an era where there are a bunch of fiends, this will obviously be incredibly impactful. So no real Titan utility outside of if he is your high attack stat fighter on the Titan. He does have a decent attack stat, so he could make it there. Fast speed's always good in bloody battle. I see it mainly as an offensive character, like I mentioned, with the synergies of Jean-Francois, Gravemaker, Emilio, and pretty much any fast or very fast red that creates status is good synergy. On defense, not at the highest tiers, but at the lower to the middle tier, sure. If you are setting up a tank that creates status, maybe your tank is Bara and you don't have a lot of good defensive reds, or something like that, you could potentially flex in defense up into the middle tier, but not the higher tiers. In terms of defensive placement, I would go right flank or right wing. And you definitely want a tank that inflicts status and does it at fast speed or potentially faster. That would be my recommendations for him on defense. So overall, he's decent. I might actually level him. I don't have a lot of options in red right now. I am curious about the synergy opportunities. I do have Jean-Francois. I don't have Emilio or Gravemaker, but I am pretty thin on red, and so this kind of interests me because if you can set up that status effect, you're going to get good damage. I will say, though, you really need that status effect to be in play to make it, to me, be worth using. But there are some options to do that on offense. As I've said before, I don't necessarily like giving letter grades because I think it varies by where you're at in the game, what you have, what you need. But I've seen other grades, at the B+, A- range. I think that's fair. I'm not going to give a grade because like I said, it varies. But if you have those setups and you don't have a lot of the top tier red offensive options, I think he's a pretty solid Hero of the Month to add, and quite frankly, a fun one to play with. That sort of rewards you for thinking about your teams and setting up and who you're targeting and all that. So I will also note that eventually this link, I think it's when this gets activated, then, or maybe it's when you use multiple of 2022. I don't have a lot of Hero of the Months of 2022 leveled, but to be able to put this on your whole team if you're not running mono may have some, the link that is, may have some value down the road if fiends ever come back. So all in all, solid. I'd be happy to get them. Most rosters can use them. And let me know if I missed anything in the comments. Thanks for watching.